Hello everyone, it is the Demon Overlord, and I'm coming at you with another video today. Today I'm going to be going over alternative minis for D&D. I happened to find a set of these for sale on eBay for a great price. I think it was around like 12 something after tax and all that for these bad boys, and a little bit for shipping. They are called Golems Arcana, and I happened to find these once before on Miniature Market when they were doing a clearance sale. I never thought anything of them at the time because I didn't know what their scaling was, because it was some like discontinued board game. But let's go with the first mini. Let's go with the very classical, easier to find. What do they call this thing? Winged Preserver. And that is the first miniature right here. As you can see, it's a very nice looking miniature. Let me bring up the camera here. I mean, as you can see, it's got a good amount of detail. Very super large piercing eyes, which for this miniature works. It's got a good scythe hand there. It's a pretty nice mini. I love the wing detail in this bad boy. Obviously, the little human here probably will have to be cut out. He's not really in scale for D&D unless I want to use him for something like maybe a tiny folk. But yeah, very nice mini. This is a discontinued phone board game. It uses like your phone and a weird stylus pen and all that. But moving on, they all come with like little humans on them or controlling them, since they're supposed to be like golem monsters you control. This one is I think it's like Jeweled Harpy. So for someone who doesn't have a Harpy miniature like me, I mean, this is a cool little fill-in. It is large class. I don't know if Harpies are large or medium, but, you know, maybe it's a special race of Harpy. Like I said, you can see the humans are definitely not in scale. Like, here's a regular quick Kenku for sizing. Like, obviously, the monsters themselves are what you're wanting. The little humans on top, you could leave them maybe if you want them to be like mites or something in the game, like. But then you're making mites really powerful since they can find and harvest these large monsters for their usage. Next up, we have the awesome Sand Lion. I must say, I really do like its sculpt. It's pretty good. Has a nice sculpture here. Looks like a lion with literally armor on it. Very aggressive, very cool. I'll probably be cutting off the little guys on them because they literally have no use to me. Plus, I don't think you need them for the board game. So, if I ever decide to play this weird board game, I mean, they could be easily dismounted, but I mean, these guys you can see here, these large class, they literally fit good. This guy might have to be rebased. I mean, or you could just like automatically say he's a huge class because he's a little bit too big to be large. He'd probably be like lower huge class size. Like, as you can see, he takes up like almost a whole 4x4 squaring, so he's kind of off. So maybe I'd say he's huge, not gargantuan. Like, he could almost take 4 squares. But, you know, so he's a pretty cool mini. We're going to go with another big guy, because these things are actually based, I believe this is actually part of his set. So these are actually 2 sets. The Sand Lion is part of a different set. And I think the third one of his set is actually this, let's see, Fire Ram, which I think comes from the obvious ram-like adornment head there with a chain. I'm probably going to keep the chain when I get rid of the little guy. Just kind of like it. I love this little like cool like fiery vortex going on the tops of the head here. Really cool. I mean, in consideration of Ram, I'd see more like a fire cannon. Like maybe his special ability is he blasts a large fireball or a blast of fire. Maybe he even sucks infos into his crown there that like kind of closes and they suffer and burn inside. I mean, you could repaint them, but I'm probably going to leave them as they are. I mean, I kind of like their paint jobs, these really golden jewel forms. I mean, I might fix the eyes on something like this Harpy here as they're so very big and wide. But other than that, really good. Next up, we're getting to the big guy of the red set here, and that is the Devil Djinn. Obviously, you know, as djinns are with D&D, they're genies, which you could have him represent that, but, you know, he could be a good golem. Since the game-wise, they are all just golems. Sorry about that. Hand slip. As you can see, though, he is just like he is the leader class, just like this guy here. Problem is, he is a little bit big for what he is. I'd say he'd be a huge class monster, not a... Or you could even size them down to large if you wanted to cut them off their base. Like I said, they're easy cutoffs. You just got to pull them out there or just cut them at the flat at the feet and they probably pop right off. I kind of like the bases, though, because they do give like what they can do. So you can get those like cool ideas like liquid fire. You know, he knows they crash, so maybe crash into opponents. He's got like a nice lava lance ability. You know, some cool stuff like crush ability with those cool snake hands. Maybe he can do grappling or swallowing. But let's compare him quick to another huge class monster, and that is my new fiendish giant spider. Giant spider. As you can see, it's huge. So I mean, they're close to the same size. They could stay huge class, and it wouldn't be too weird. Like, obviously, though, they're a little different. And the last guy of the red set, since I got 2 sets in the whole thing, we actually have, let's see what's his name here, the Dune Viper. I like his design already. I really don't want to change all that much. Like I said, other than cutting the guy out the top there, I might fix his tail there. As you can see, a little of the green kind of got outside the lines. But, like, everything else seems to be in pretty good shape. Like I said, I could rebase them. Might not do it. But, you know, as you see, they're good enough to be any large class creature. I mean, let's grab another large monster. Let's go with here we go. We're going to go with a Goblin Hucker for comparison to this Ram. As you can see, the Ram is pretty much in scale with the Goblin Hucker. He's like a little maybe slimmer, but, you know, it's still fine there. I mean, the Snake here being another large, definitely fine with it. He's like almost like a large snake. And the Sand Lion is that big, and since lions are a large class creature, it would work fine for that. I could see no issues with just leaving them on their bases. Or if you really want to debase them and do rebasing, that's fine as well. I mean, let's compare it to another thing too quick. We have the Magic the Gathering Eldrazi Scion. As you can see, it's another large class monster. It's too big to be a medium, but, you know, for the size-wise, they're pretty much even in scale with that. So it works out really well to just scale it with that. So I would say these small guys here make them larges. These big guys here, you're kind of free to your choice. You can say they're large or just make them huge. So, you know, a nice group of minis here, guys. Very nice. And yes, this video is taken on our table where we record our shows for the Dice and Dummies, which, guys, I do recommend checking us out. We are pretty good. We're getting better. We're always increasing our qualities and stuff. We're always taking ideas. And if you guys got any questions or if you guys got any tips you want to throw at us, definitely recommend it, guys. You can send it as a review. Please give us reviews. We always need more of those. Even if you just want it to be a question, any reviews we get to, we'll read them out loud on our next recording session and answer them. So if you stay tuned, you'll hear an answer to your question or review. Also, guys, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm here at the channel for the Demon Overlord, or you can get a hold of me on my Twitter channel for 01 Berserker. And that one's mostly based off my character, Baudos, who I play on the show, the Tybaxi Barbarian. And there's a lot of other guys like the cool and quirky little Reek. We've got the angelically gifted Arlisa and Arya, the, well, I'm finding a better word for it, but the abandoned werewolf child, so orphaned werewolf. And we got cool stuff here, guys, so check us out. Anyway, that's all we got for today. Stay tuned, and bye-bye.